Okay, you guys ready? Ready, Freddy. Ready, Teddy. Ready, steady. Welcome to another episode of Throwing Hands Podcast, everybody.
When I knock people out, they don't fucking move. Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, don't be scared, homie.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail.
My balls are hot.
We're back after a week off. Darnell had sickle cell, and now he's back. He beat that shit like it was nothing.
He was getting a liver transplant.
Yeah, he was. He had to get the old foot cut off. Darnell, we're glad you're
He got
alive.
new eyes, but he still needs glasses.
You can't tell they're just a little less of a thickness.
It's to look less threatening as a black person.
Right.
Glasses help.
He got one of those.
He's like these these aren't even prescription. I just wear them to look less threatening.
Exactly.
You know what he did? He got one of those. It's a new thing now. They're getting those dick shortening surgeries. He got one of them. He just took a few inches off the top.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they do
Increase
it off the
blood
middle
flow
because
to the
they
rest of the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have to have the
they
helmet and all
connect
that.
it like a snake. They connect it like a marker thing. When you connected the markers, and they go, all right, boop boop, cut those off, connect again. Wow, you're a hero, Darnell. You've been through some hell.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, well, it's been hell without you boys, and I'm glad we're here again. Throwing Hands Podcast, where we judge the craziness, the bullshit, and the Octagon control. And speaking of all that, there wasn't much Octagon control going on in the past few weeks, except for one passing card with Kai Kara-France and Albiz. I don't remember the guy's first name. Albiz is known as his last name because it sounds like LBs.
Amir.
Amir put on the LBs. So guys, let's not waste any true time. Let's start talking about the passing card that happened over this passing weekend. I don't know why I said it twice like that. We'll talk about some of the other ones, but let's just talk right away about Kai Kara-France. So controversial decision. Amir, why do I keep fucking up his name? Amir Albazi takes away the dub. Me and Ian didn't catch all this card, but we did pay attention to this fight, and what the fuck? I'm gonna have to put a little. I'll censor myself real easy right there. What the fuck? I mean, me and Ian, we were playing WoW or whatever, just kind of looking off the side, going, "Yep, Kai Kara-France's got this one." No. So what do you, Darn? I mean, me and Ian kind of already talked amongst each other. So Darna, what do you think about the decision between the two? Robbery.
I fell asleep. So I saw like the first 30 seconds of the first round, saw some of the third, and then saw some of the fourth and fifth. And then I woke up as the decision was being made. So I was like, I can't say shit. I was fucking knocked out half of this shit.
Well, I'll fill you in a little bit. I mean, if you've probably seen some highlights by now, and a lot of people are really, for some reason, just highlighting, even though Amir won, that should say something about the decision, that they're highlighting the rear naked choke he almost got on Kai Kara-France.
Yeah, I saw.
And dude, shouts out to that submission defense by Kai Kara-France, because that was, I mean, it was everybody. Oh, that's in, that's done. And he did not look comfortable in the slightest. That was the biggest wince face I've ever seen getting choked out, and just almost subtly just goes, yeah, I'm done with that now. Pulls it off. Very cool submission defense. And then really for the rest of the fight, I mean, the damage tells it all. Kai Kara-France was piecing up Albazi for the majority of the rounds. Yes, Albazi did have a lot of ground control. He definitely did have more ground control, but there was still... That's what upsets me about when they say...
But 133 strikes to 64.
Right. Yes. It was very clear cut. So I can't really say what the judges were seeing.
2 takedowns as opposed to 1.
Right. That's the other thing that really confuses me. When a guy outstrikes you that much, and then he also has ground control, but not as much as you, why does the ground control...
It's because he's from Iraq. These judges are being too woke.
All right, so I just sent this video over to Ian. It's after this. There's been a couple people who have already talked about this in the past, and they're bringing it up again. Adesanya just recently brought it up. He tweeted out after this, make the judges be interviewed after the cards. They need to be held accountable. I believe I forget the other fighter. The guy says it in the interview that you're about to show. Also, who has called them out before, and they feel this guy from the ABC, the ABC president, supposedly, says that he doesn't. He explains why he feels that the judges should not be interviewed by the media afterwards. And just that off that title alone, I'm already coming in a little hot. But let's see what his reasoning is.
A lot of the judges and referees are discouraged from doing that, or discouraged from speaking publicly after an event. So why is that?
I can tell you that it's here at Mohegan. That is the way, because I just don't want them to have to deal with scrutiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you have people that wanting the judges to speak and everything, and I've let them speak if they ask me on occasion. But with that said, you know, it doesn't help.
Nobody's ever asked because none of the judges want that.
All the commentators too, by sitting there and criticizing every little thing.
That's their job.
Do you think it's helping the sport? Absolutely not. What it does is it makes people sit there and say, Dominic Cruz is right. This sport sucks. I'm not going to watch it.
It's not necessarily the outcome of it.
Which makes no sense to me. I have in the past.
No, it's just going to cause those judges to lose their jobs.
Press, but most often, if the press has a question, they can call me up anytime.
Oh, call you.
Have a conversation.
Yeah, go ahead and stop it.
If they want to speak with somebody,
this is how the interview goes on for the majority of the time. This guy just continues to take the blame. It just says that, oh no, I've told them they can and it doesn't happen, or that they can call me and they don't care to do it. Otherwise, I'm not going to let it happen. Now, this is just one guy in one focal area of the place of like judging. It says it's president of ABC. This is no way the president of ABC. This is but it's got to be like, maybe he even said it's in Spokane, or not, wherever the hell they're at, wherever it was at in Nevada. So, you can stop showing this guy's ugly fucking face too. Was it commission director of boxing? Okay, yeah. Don't know why it's whatever. Either way, so the commission director of boxing in Nevada, most likely, and he's. Guys, his reasoning is so selfish right off the bat. I can't even believe he would hear himself talk and think that anybody would go, wow, he's right. He's right. He's assuming right off the bat that media people in the media who have to write articles and report to other people would just immediately start yelling at them and just questioning them. What the fuck was that? They're going to ask you questions. So what you're telling me is your guys can't handle questions.
Oh no, it's the regular people who are going to go off. You know, like most of the fans, like those are the ones who are going to go fucking wild.
Correct, but they
like,
only,
as far as like any professional questioning, like on record, like, you know, for a news article, for this, that, or the other thing, like they're going to press questions, but they're not going to like, you, that wasn't right. They're not going to do anything like that. Like obviously, it's going to be a lot more professional.
They're not going to let anybody do that. The second somebody says it, they'll just take them out.
Exactly.
It's not how it works. They don't just let. There's not going to be some guy who jumps up there and starts cursing them out and telling them that they're wrong, and they're just going to be like, "We understand your point, sir, and your point's valid." They're going to kick it. So, what are they afraid of? Darnell, what do you think? Is this ridiculous, or are you on this guy's side?
I'm on the side of let's get rid of this boxing judging and go to make his own MMA ruling system, because boxing judges are always known to fuck shit up a lot.
100%.
So,
also, like, how hard is it to find, like, you know,
actual fighters?
Yeah, like retired fighters who can accurately judge around. Like, there's so many, even like former like amateurs. Like, there's former amateur MMA, like, you know, champions of like amateur leagues and shit like that. Let them judge, because you're still progressing the sport. You're giving these people who didn't have a name, you're giving them some sort of a name. And it's also going to be a lot more accurate, you know, like.
So like the judges wear like they wear those weird WWE ref things, right? Like when they're at the fights.
They call them suits,
right? Whatever. they wear their 1, 2, 3 counters on their fucking at the UFC event for some reason. And if that's the case, if that's what they are wearing, so to like point out who the judges are, I saw on Saturday at ringside a woman. That's not the biggest point here, although that's a red flag right off the back. A woman judge, older than, I mean, Picture a really
Prime
old
stuff.
person, older than Father Time himself, with thicker than Darnell's glasses, and big old gray Albert Einstein hair sticking out everywhere. Not in a stylish manner, mind you. And she's sitting there looking at the Octagon like, and I'm like, please tell me this is not an official for tonight, please. But
I mean,
may I say, should we blame other fighters for not trying? Maybe it's hard for them to get into that, like to get into judging. I don't know.
I think it's more of like a hiring thing. It's like these places don't want to hire the former fighters because they already have people that they're used to. Essentially, that's what I'm assuming. Because like every state's different, and like every like fucking city is different depending on where they're fighting.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's more of like they're just trying to keep their people in their circle. They're not really trying to progress the sport. Because just like he said, he's like, no, I don't want these people to like go into interviews so that they can be scrutinized. I'm like, all right, so you're just defending the people who've been there the longest. There's plenty of more qualified people who can do the same job. And these people who, you're trying to protect, just have them do regular boxing.
Yeah, in the end,
Because that's blowing up too.
Exactly. I think in the end, he just showed their ass is what they did. He showed their ass that they.
Oh yeah.
He's like, yeah. To him, he was like, perfect, nailed it, got it, took that right off our backs. So we don't have to worry about that questioning anymore.
No,
but to the rest of the world,
door is definitely hitting him in the ass.
The door is
on the way out.
Everybody's definitely like, wait, what did you just say?
Get rid of the boxing shit.
That's right. I agree.
That's literally the source of all their problems. Anytime there's a judging thing, it's because they judge off of bullshit. They don't judge off MMA. It's fucking wild. And then Dana defends it too, and it's like, nigga, you be complaining about shit going wrong too. So you should know.
I can see Dana not really having a choice.
Oh, he has no choice in that.
Yeah,
at all.
He has to appease these people, otherwise he's got one less venue that they can be at.
Yeah,
but
especially Vegas.
But he could still be promoting like, hey, well, there's all of these coaches for wrestling and all of these cities and states. There's boxing people in all these cities and states, and there's multiple martial artists or judges for multiple martial arts that are qualified judges for other things, like state championship wrestling coaches, or not coaches, but judges. You can bring them in. They're gonna have more of a say. The jiu-jitsu contests, there's so many judges for that they can bring in. You just mix up the judges so that way you've got like, even if you have like 3 biases, at least it'd be a little bit more of like a consideration, as far as like mix it up.
Yeah.
Like, what's the issue with that?
It's too good of an idea. You're fired. All right. Let's get back to talking about the card. Jim Miller murders a young Jesse Butler right there in the Octagon, and they let Jim Miller walk away with murder. No cops were called this night.
Fucking short notice fight. You were like, oh, I gotta fight an old man. You die in 20 seconds. Good job.
Oh yeah.
Good job.
What I mean, big claps for Jim Miller. I mean, holy shit, what a fight for him. Gets done early in the first round. And it's so funny the questioning Bisping is giving him, like, it's what everybody has to look at him like, we don't think you want to retire. You don't talk about retiring, but what do you want to do next? Question mark. And then Jim Miller's like, yeah, just fight more. Just another couple more fights.
He already said what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He's trying to make it to UFC 300, and then he'll probably be done by then.
Nice. Smart. It's good numbers. Let's see. The fight I wanted to, that made me laugh is Jamie Malarkey versus Muhammad Naimov. I don't like the Naimo. I don't like that thing, but I think it's Naimov. Nightmare. But
Nightmare.
I actually, literally, we left to go get Ian as this fight was in progress. I was watching this fight. It was round 2 in the middle of the round, and I was like, well, we'll just go because this fight's kind of slow anyway. I saw Jamie Malarkey losing because Naimov was dominating him standing up. And,
Malarkey.
And then literally turn out the fight. And I didn't think about that fight for the rest of the night until the next day I looked up the winners, and I was like, oh, shit. I would say seconds after I turned off the screen and went to go pick up Ian, they got a KO. And I mean, what a KO it was. Almost took Malarkey's head off with a spinning back kick moments before, and then just rocks him. Andrei Arlovsky gets sent to the back to the Shadow Realm. He climbed his way out. And unfortunately,
put right back down.
Yeah, he got met by Dontel Mays at the top. And shouts out to Dontel Mays. He looked really good, man. I rewatched that fight this morning. He looked really good, very smooth, very fluid. Not too sluggish as like going into the second round with Arlovsky, which obviously he looked sluggish clearly. And I mean, just very simply, just slip right hand. It was over. Arlovsky was on Dream Street. He was in bed already. That's all I got for this. It was a great card overall.
Wait, nah, you're crazy.
I mean, or I said that's all I got. Or you could tell me what you are interested in, Darnell. What are you interested in for this card?
Yeah, Jesus, man, Alex Casera and fucking Daniel Pineda putting on the greatest 3-rounder of a fucking UFC Apex for one.
For the Apex, yeah, for the Apex.
They were going at it. Like, there was no stopping or slowing down. Like, there was just trading blows.
It was a great fight.
Easy shit.
It was amazing.
And then Kareem Silva destroying Souza's knee. Just absolutely saying, oh, hey, you need this? Crack. I don't think you need it anymore. And gets up and looks at her like, fuck, that looked bad. And then they showed the replay like 6 times, so everybody finally saw what actually happened.
Right. Yeah, I actually didn't see that fight. That was a fight. But no,
bro, it was so quick.
I for sure saw the war with Caceres and Pineda for sure. Also, because Pineda had him, he definitely won round 1. So at the end of round 1, I was like, I don't like this. Caceres is looking good, but I don't like. And then it just a whole on war. That was definitely leaning Caceres the whole way for sure.
And then you also missed the fight of kicking in the nuts.
Yeah, I heard about this.
And Johnny
the double knee.
No. They literally were just kicking each other in the dick. Like in the first 10 seconds, dude, Daniel kicked Johnny in the nuts. It was really his fault. They both kicked at the same time. His just went up the middle.
Yeah,
like it was like chin to like balls and everything. It was pretty bad. And then like a minute later, Johnny hit Daniel in the nuts, and then even what's his name, Herb Dean, like he didn't do a lot for that to happen. Like you clearly went after his nuts.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did see all over MMA Reddit was just a bunch of threads saying like brutal ball kick, brutal ball kicks, bad ball kicks, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to see what this is. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, that's literally what that entire fight was.
Hilarious.
Kicks in the nuts.
Well, let's talk about.
Wait, no, we have to talk about the greatest fighter on the entire card, Khabib's cousin.
You mean the guy who lost?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was great.
Let's talk next week's card, the pay-per-view. I believe it's a pay-per-view.
Yep.
289. Don't worry, Jim Miller, you got 11 more pay-per-views to go, baby boy. Amanda Nunes, Irene Aldana. Whew. I mean,
Mexico's getting another champ. I'm calling it.
I don't think so.
I'm calling it.
Let me tell you this, Darnell. I could see your reasoning, and you might be right. You might be right, but I can't go against my lioness like that. I can't go against Amanda Nunes. I've done it before in the past, and it's bit me in the ass. I've also hyped her up a bunch. It's also bit me in the ass. So I'm just gonna say that Amanda Nunes retains, and just keeps on keeping on, and just keeps making this division boring as hell, just ruining Darnell's hopes for for any hope in this division.
My hopes. They're just bringing down. She's just bringing down everything with being at the top. It's just like when John was doing it. It's like when Ronda was doing it. GSP. If you're at the top for too long, it's just like, nigga, get out, please.
Right.
Look at fucking Volkanovski. He's telling Max to get out of his division because he keeps beating all his contenders. And it's true. It's just
he does need to do that.
Get out, please.
I was gonna.
Not 10 pounds. They gain 10 pounds. 1 to 2.
If they're not good enough, they should get out.
I mean, you're not wrong, but still, at the same time, it's like, hey, Max, go play Apex, okay? Quit fighting for a second. Go play Apex.
I never want to see Max stop fighting, but he does need to get out of the division. He does need to get out of 145. He doesn't belong there anymore. You're not the king at 145 anymore, buddy. You can be the king at 155. I don't know. You can try. Those guys are really good, though.
No, he won't be as long as
Guardian.
Dustin is his kryptonite.
You know what? But to Ian's point, you know what I'd love to see is exactly that. Just a guy accepting his number 2 to the champ, and they'd have to just start jumping guys like over the number 2 to get the title fights. But like just that guy, like they're best friends. Like how great it'd be if just Volk and Max Holloway were just best friends and they train together all the time, just holding the champ in number 1 spot. Like nobody gets past this.
That's Marab and Aljamain right now.
Yeah, but they're not likable. I don't know. Marab's super likable. I take that back. Marab's the most likable guy. He's the most. Was he Russian? I think, or I don't know.
Well, I think he's Georgian.
Georgian. He's the most likable Georgian I've ever met or not met. Aljamain hearsay. He's not really likable much of a guy. He's so. Let's keep talking about this card though. Charles Oliveira, Beniel. I always want to say Danielle. I'm sorry. He'd be like, "Who the fuck you calling Danielle?"
Danielle Darnouche.
Beniel Darnouche. Benny. Do you think he?
Denny.
Do you think Denny's puts himself into the right spot? You think they beat Charles Oliveira?
It's definitely possible.
I think if Charles loses, I think right now he's pushing for more of a Conor fight. I think he's not even paying attention to Benny. So I think
everyone needs to just put Conor in a corner where he belongs and close the door. That nigga ain't fighting, bro. He's not doing it.
We do this we'll do this every other podcast. He legally contractually just signed contract to fight. He will be fighting fights.
Hey, that's cool, but as long as Dana included is always saying, I don't know if he's gonna fight because of how much money he has, the nigga's not wrong.
He just came out saying,
why would he fight? Unless he's spending money like Mayweather, he don't really need to fight.
You think he's not spending money like you think he's not spending
like I can see
need of money because taxes. Because he's just whatever. And Conor, at least, he has a whole bunch of businesses and shit on the side that aren't like fucking strip clubs and shit.
Mayweather has a boxing
proper 12. You see him in there only for Javante. That's about it.
But I'm saying like he's got like a whole string of like a United States wide boxing gym. He's got businesses and promotions
for America because clearly he owe a lot of money.
Maybe even had to pay so much child support.
Wow, what a guy.
Regardless, the thing is that
I don't even know how many kids he has.
It doesn't really matter what the deal is with Conor. It's always going to be a money fight for these guys, and until Conor fully is gone, people will always want that fight for their career to be the Conor money fight because there's unfortunately what Dana's saying, and I agree. They're not going to be if Conor was completely gone tomorrow. Like there was no official fit, like for real, he could never come back. Same thing with Chuck Liddell. The company's fucked, but that's his point. Chuck Liddell, GSP, Anderson. Fucking all the people who were and are faces of the company. There's always going to be another one. There's always going to be another guy who's going to be the face afterwards. Just who shows up to be the face. But the point to counter that, there's no guy like that right now who's madly available for money fights and is the money fight, except for the guys that they had are gone now, like Nate, Conor.
He's gone.
Which is fine. That's okay. They don't need money fights. Nigga, just fight.
I like that it's just Darnell doing his thing. He sees the point. He doesn't care to acknowledge it. It is a thing. You don't care to acknowledge the point. You're just like, but this is my point and it's right. I'm like, both points are right. You're right, but also we are right in the fact that
I'm just saying the niggas can just fight. It doesn't always have to be a money fight.
Well, no, he's got to have those people who are going to put on the hype train
It doesn't
That's
matter
the
that
thing.
they can't
That's-
just
that's
fight.
what sells
There's
tickets.
guys that want money fights, and that's the people for the money fights. It doesn't matter that you
Yeah.
can say that they should just want to
It
fight.
works both ways.
They want money fights, and the money fights are people. So you can't stop fighters from wanting naturally what they would want.
It could not be people. I'd see him. I'd pay to watch him fight bears and lions.
I'd pay a lot of money for that. That's a good money fight. Why can't fighters see that that's a money fight? Go back to circus days.
The gladiator days.
Nah,
Yeah.
we got to bring it back.
No, I'd like to see after whatever happens after the Ultimate Fighter, regardless if Connor wins or loses. I'd just like to see, him just back and forth win and lose and just like essentially hype up and or knock down other people. Obviously if they're not good enough to beat Connor, they really shouldn't be progressing that fast, especially at that point. But it would always be a money fight,
Okay, boys, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back, and we're back to talk about Marc-Andre Barriault and Eric Anders. As much as I love Eric Anders, I'm not trying to disrespect him in this, but this seems like a pretty clear-cut win for Marc-Andre. I mean, am I wrong here?
I don't even know the guy, so I can't really say.
Now, it's not like he's like the next upcoming, but he's a machine, man. He's not the machine, but he is a machine. He's a monster.
I just don't know him.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, I'm not giving you any shit for it. I'm just letting you know he's really good. He's got 10 wins by knockout, 6 first round finishers. These are stats I know by heart. But he is 15-6. So like I said, he's not like the greatest of all, but he's really good, real crisp, beast of a striker. And so it's gonna be a good striking match, I could say, unless Eric Andre out of nowhere is like, I've been practicing my wrestling for the past year. Time to show it out. I think Nate Landwehr's fights. Nate the Train Landwehr. I think his fight's gonna go under the radar, but I'm pretty excited about it. What are we laughing at?
Because I just saw that I saw the Khalil Roundtree's fighting.
Yeah, Battle of the
Like,
13s.
cool. And then I saw that it was Chris Dawkins, and I was like, wait, is that his brother? But I'm like, no, his brother I think is a weight class down.
Yeah.
So he's moving down to light heavyweight to possibly lose against the fourth black man.
Now, and I'll say this: I was just gonna when I saw this fight,
bring racing to it
because Chris Dawkins they keep putting him up against giant black men who just annihilate him.
Yeah, just destroy his jaw.
And I'd say at least a couple times we were like, Chris. I think the first time I don't remember what the fights were, but the first fight we were like, Chris Dawkins might take this. This is pretty close, and we learned about the Dawkins brothers. And then the next fight we were like, oh well, Chris Dawkins is gonna die. Then the third time we were like, hey,
You never know.
You never know. My man's getting in there, so let's see if he can do it. Nope. And now he's not only going against Darnell. He's not only going against Khalil Roundtree. He's going against a revamped, totally still coming off of the brand new Khalil Roundtree. Like this is not good for him.
He was up to actually fight this time.
Yeah, that's true.
Google.
Khalil.
Google's saying it got canceled. Also
Here's what they do.
on their website, I can't bring up their I can't bring it up. Like I can't bring up their
Damn.
back and forth. So I'm pretty sure that just got canceled.
Here's what they do. Here's what they do to fix it. Khalil Roundtree versus the Hulk 2. Give Khalil Roundtree that chance back. You know what I'm talking about? Fucking I always forget his name. I think his name is Kutilaba.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That guy who scared Khalil with the scream in the beginning and then punked his ass by knocking him out in the same fight, which I always find funny. But with how good Khalil is, I'm like, I want Khalil to get a second chance at that. I want them to fight again. Khalil was caught off guard with the scream. He didn't expect him to do that. And
it fucked everything up.
It just threw off his whole balance. He went in there that Octagon that night. He goes, I don't know. He might scream at me again. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah. Chris is out.
Yeah. No way that Adonis of a man, Khalil Roundtree, suffered an injury. I'm sure if he suffered an injury, he would just force its way back to health and make it to the fight. That does suck. Any other fights you guys are excited you want to talk about from this card? Oh, Chris Curtis.
I was just about to say Chris Curtis is trying to make a name for himself again.
Doing good. I like Chris. Chris Curtis is. There's guys who have personalities. He's a good personality.
Yeah, but the issue is they hyped him up way too much. Gave him a way more a fighter out of his league, and then he just got sunk back down into the rankings.
Right, right.
Most of his fights. I mean, he's had a lot of fights, but they hyped him up too much, and then
Well, I'm sorry. He took on some pretty heavy up and comers that were at his same skill level, and he just kind of got outmatched, is all. So he's coming back every fight. He's new. He's improving every single time. He's always fun to watch for that reason.
You think he's gonna beat the Frenchman though?
Frenchman.
I don't know who this guy is.
We've seen Imavov fight. Imavov is a fucking monster.
Oh, that's right. He fought what? 2 cards ago? 3 cards ago?
Can we find out who his last opponent was? I want to see view fight history. Here we go. Oh, he fucking no.
Oh, yeah,
Strickland, yeah.
He lost unanimous, which is funny. But beat the dog shit out of Joaquin Buckley though. That was a pretty funny fight.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
And that was only because Buckley
Definitely
started
don't remember the Strickland.
Buckley talked shit, and then Imana was like, "All right, I'm gonna fucking kill him."
Yeah, Sean Strickland, as you know, he's a tough opponent, so that's a pretty decent loss for Imavov there to take that as a loss. So you got to think like when you look at a fighter's loss record, you're like, who do you lose to? Okay, Sean Strickland, that's no joke.
Nah, that was a fresh off. Hey, let me keep my chin in the air knockout.
Fair enough.
Sean Strickland, who was scared to pull the trigger a little bit during that fight.
Right. What about you?
Like, they're both of their last wins was Buckley, so now they're fighting.
That's good. That's funny. That's a good call out. Who's the best of the Buckley beaters? Darnell, what do you anything that I haven't called out that we haven't called out that you're excited for?
No, this card's honestly like I wasn't really too hyped for the card to begin with, but seeing Khalil fight, I was like, oh hell yeah, oh, something to watch. And then just for fucking Ian just be like, nah, that's done. And I'm back down. I was at like a 3, I got up to a 7, and now I'm back down. Like it's just like fuck. Okay.
Now I'm at a 5.
I just gotta kind of hold that shit and deal with it.
Adam Fuggett.
Did you say Adam Fuggett? Where?
Yeah, Fuggett.
Oh,
Fugitt. Fuggett.
Where are you seeing this?
I'm sure it's Fugit. I'm sure.
Oh, the guy right above.
Just way to kill the joke, Joe. Jesus Christ.
My man needs to grow some like actual facial hair. He's looking real bullyable right now. It ain't even a word.
He looks like
his name just stood out.
He looks like he'd start a fight from you from the top of his tractor. That's where he'd start the fight from. He'd meet you down there. Meet me at the lane. Meet me at the end of the laneway. Don't come up the property.
Exactly. That's why.
Yeah, this is your new guy right here, Adam Fugit.
Fuggett.
Fugit. Fugit. That's gonna be the thing when we're watching that guy. Fugit. All right, Mike Mallet, you suck.
I have no idea who either of these people are, but
we've made our beds. We've picked our sides of the fence.
Mexico's getting a new champ. It's going to be 4.
I don't think so.
Dude, Irene Aldana is. This is not one of those.
I know.
For me, it's because she left ATT.
Right.
And it was weird way how she left ATT.
Oh, so what? She's got like sprint now or something, so she thinks she's hot shit.
No.
Because she thinks she's big dog with T-Mobile now. She got more coverage, so she thinks she's gonna cover the Octagon more. Okay.
She lost the Holly.
But the fact that she left the team that got her to the championship, and then she's like, "I'm gonna go start my own gym." It was like, "Wait, what? What do you mean?" All right, whatever.
You talk about Aldana did this.
No, Amanda did.
Well, that's pretty. You're not wrong. She just left. Like she just left ATT
when she lost to. Oh, Jesus Christ!
She's probably locked into that contract for a lot of years. ATT's got really bad locked-in contracts. Right now, you can go over to T-Mobile and they'll give you a full phone for free and cancel your contract.
Yeah, don't come to T-Mobile. We got enough motherfuckers over here.
Damn. Oh shit, that was good.
Sorry.
Juliana Pena. Jesus Christ, there we go. I couldn't remember her fucking name.
Fuck Juliana Pena.
Yeah, that's when she lost against her. That's when she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm changing camps." I was like, wait, what? What do you mean, brother?
But it worked out for her.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, she won by decision to get her belt back.
She beat the bricks off of Pena. Let's not say that. No. We all watched that fight. She
No,
beat the
that's cool.
shit out of Pena for that.
That's cool, but why not finish the fight?
We've talked about this before on a preview when
Take
that
less damage, you get back in that ring.
I get
But
it.
it's been a year now.
You're right. I'm not gonna take my point and say that it's more right. I'm gonna just say that we've talked about this before. My whole thing was I hate Juliana Pena, so I could watch 12 rounds of Amanda Nunes beating the bricks off of her before finishing the fight. I like that. I like to see it. That was like that's like Jose. I'm not a big fan of. At the time, I wasn't a big fan of. I respect Jose Aldo, the legend that he is. But during the time, I was not a fan of Jose Aldo. So when I watched Max Holloway beat the shit out of him, not once, but twice, I was like, more rounds. Give them more rounds. Who gives a shit? Beat him up.
More blood.
Yeah, don't make me the Julius Caesar of this UFC fight because I'm making him go for. I'm bringing in the Lions, like Ian said. Cool. Well, UFC 2.
I'm just like, how did she lose to old Holly Holmes?
Who?
Alonda.
Aldana? Alonda?
Dana.
Aldana, yeah. Aldana.
I'm cutting off the AL.
Was it decision? Of course it was. That's all we need right there. It was decision.
That's even worse.
Oh, he's boring as shit sometimes.
Yeah, but you can't beat up an old lady.
I mean, the old lady still got hands.
Take all those points into consideration, everybody. This weekend, UFC 289. Amanda Nunes, Irene Aldana, Benny Dariush, Charles Oliveira. You guys let us know in the comments who you think will be taking those wins. And let us know what you think about our comments down below. And while I have you saying that, make sure you also like, subscribe, and share us out.
That bell.
You guys, how many boogers do you think are like scattered across your household, like just on the floor? Like, how many do you think really? Like, if you had to give like a decent
On
guesstimate.
the floor?
Yeah.
None.
You're
We got a Roomba.
You got me there, but you're still a little crazy by saying none. Your poor Roomba every other step. That's Ian
so
subtly
salty.
admitting that there's a shit ton of boogers everywhere. He's like, but there's not because my Roomba. Did you just die? What the fuck just happened, Darnell? Fuck?
Oh, this couch is fucking terrible.
It goes all. It's one of those that like you try to prop yourself on the cushion. Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, I'm pretty far back.
You know
that back.
You know what I'm talking about?
So
Those
it's hella comfy.
those couches that like when you go to, you're like, all right, let me prop myself up on a cushion, and then you go, oh, what the fuck?
The pillow's sinking.
Hate that. No, I ask, man, because it's like I'm getting older, and if
If we're talking about underneath my chair, that's kind of a
he's
lot.
like the equivalent is like a high school lunch table in a TV show of gum.
It's a lot.
Well, it's like, man, every morning I wake up and it's just like when I was younger, you know, you just wake up. Maybe you just like cough up some phlegm or something like that. You just wake up. It's crazy. Like I don't really think of it. You just woke up back then. You maybe went, like stretched, rubbed your eyes. When I wake up, I'm like, first thing I do is I try to breathe out my nose. Not happening. Not that there's no air. It's just passing through stalagmites in my nose. And then Reese has to hear it every morning. I just go and I violently blow my nose, and it's just on my chest, in my beard, and I gotta pull it off. You know, it's not like goop. There's hard rocks.
You never heard of fucking tissues?
That's what
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just in the bathroom, just fucking snot rocketing into my chest.
Into your chest?
No, it's just it passes the tissue. Some pass through. That's what I'm saying. It's just so fucking. And then it made me think today. I'm like, man, because then afterwards, you're like, oh, it's all gone. No, give it 2 minutes. Then all the boogers that didn't pass through, that are just caught up on like the nose on the inside, just harden up in there. And then now you got to pick your nose later. And then I'm flicking boogers, and it's like, there's got to be like on a microscopic level, there's got to be like hundreds of boogers around, right? like at a time before they get swept up or vacuumed.
I mean,
if it's getting that bad, bro, you might want to go to a doctor. Just be like, hey, yo,
I gotta go to a doctor for
kind
it.
of weird. I don't know if this is normal or not.
It's not normal.
Because that's a lot.
Hey, Darnell, I'll give you a hint. I'll skip the doctor. It's not normal. It shouldn't happen.
I mean, if we're talking about like on like a microscopic level, that's you sneeze and then there's
Right.
boogers everywhere.
Yeah, maybe I should have preferenced this question earlier. On a microscopic level, how many boogers do you think are all over your floor at a time? Because that's something that people don't think about. There's definitely people be like, how much particles? I'm like,
all the boogers all the time.
all the boogers.
Yeah, I was gonna say at that
Doesn't
point,
matter where
like,
Look
you
at
go.
Darnell's
avoidable.
nose. There's definitely boogers all over his floor. Come on.
I don't know. I wake up all the time. Like I either blow my nose, and I get like a big green glob,
Mm.
and then I'm fine, or I just hawk one big loogie and I'm straight.
Dude, that's that. You know what that is? That's that lifelong outdoor worker shit. That is every outdoor like white guy worker. That's all they do this start of the morning. They fucking go, or they do 1 to 2 snot rockets and they go good to go.
Ooh, snot rockets are the best.
No, they are not. They
It's like
absolutely.
spitting.
I hate snot rockets. I hate it.
It's like spitting. You just get it out. Like it doesn't even catch my mustache.
Snot rockets are great.
Yeah, see?
I'll never forget in 3rd grade, I learned what they were. And then I was just like, oh, word. And just,
Yeah, you just lean forward a little bit, you give it a boom.
I don't like it.
You're good to go.
I don't like it. No. Not even if I don't care if Elon Musk made snot rockets. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a fan.
No, I did that in like 5th grade, and
Yeah.
this kid I blew this kid's mind. He was like, "What the fuck was that?" And I was like, "You never done snot rocket?"
You never done a snot rocket before? You don't know what you're missing, kid.
He's like, "No, I always get a tissue." I'm like, "All right, well, we're outside and there are no tissues. What do you do then?" He's like, "I do it in my shirt." And I was like, "You're fucking gross."
You know
Yeah,
what? You're
that's-
better than that.
that's
Yes,
bad.
you're better than that person.
It was 5th grade. We were childrens. But
he's
still,
he's still a monster.
Criticized him, and he got bullied, and then became the outcast.
Oh,
Because
Ian,
then literally everyone started to notice like the little crusties on his shirt.
This is-
after PE.
what we're
Ruined
hearing.
this man's life.
What we're hearing is Ian's backstory. He is the way he is every day because he feels like he needs to make up for this kid, for the kid's life he ruined with the boogers. And that's why I get a Roomba to make sure no kid ever gets called out for their snot rocket boogies ever again.
No, he just blew his shirt into blew his nose into his shirt.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll take 2 on that. And that's why I teach kids how to snot rocket. So no kid ever deals with that ever again.
Exactly.
But we can just move on to some street shenanigans, everybody. Womp, womp, womp. Moving on. Boys, SuperSour team, Throwing Hands team. It's time for some street shenanigans where your favorite MMA podcast goes over some street fights that we've seen from all around the world that we're bringing to you to let you know, to essentially go over the craziness, the bullshit, and the Octagon control, to let you know if they should have fucked around and found out, and what happens when you do fuck around and find out. A lot of crazy stuff goes on here. We're strictly bringing it to break down what's going on and to let you know what to do and what should not be done. But the biggest thing to let you know is, Ian, do your thing.
YouTube, they're all right. They're fucking fine, YouTube.
YouTube, oh, we don't like that. That was aggressive. I'm missing.
They're heckin' fine, YouTube. We've been through it. Contacted everybody. Nobody's dead. Everybody's A-okay.
For sure. So Ian, go ahead and hit us with our first one. I know our first one, and it's not necessarily a fight. It's just it's a kind of a fuck around and find out type deal, where I don't know, maybe just
I don't know.
know your role, know who you're talking shit to.
Oh, fuck.
Here it comes. Kablooey! Oh no!
Hey.
Hello, Mom. Oh, from another. Oh, took him off his skates. He got a real good jump start at that too. Sliding, wham! Shouts out to the Florida Panthers who are in the finals right now. Shouts out to them.
That was all
Savages.
instinct of him getting up right there.
Yes.
It's not a
He looked
win.
left, he looked right, and was like, What?
I want to see it one more time because I want to see what was going on with the puck because he got a hold of the puck for a second and then it seemed to bail. Hold on, let's see it from the. I want to see it from
Yeah,
the.
because he was about to get fucking smacked.
No, this guy Bennett got the, so it's gets the puck. Oh yeah, good hit. That's as good as a hit as you can get.
Well, he smacked it away.
Yeah, 74 got the puck. He was about to gain control, and he said, he checked him. He poke checked him, took the puck out. Right, get that out of here, and wham.
Yeah, and I believe you can't unless if somebody doesn't have the puck, you can't do shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why he was. That's why he was trying to get rid of it so quickly because he saw him coming up and he smacked it away as he was getting hit. He was like, I was trying to avoid that.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
Yo, that was my favorite right there because
he doesn't even know he's a hockey player right there. He's so confused.
He's like, is this practice? What's going on?
He's like, dude, I'm late for school.
not
Why did I get hit so hard?
You did Chafee. All right.
Good Lord.
What's our next one? This is some good old fashioned. Just a if you didn't know, here's a little cool thing about you can do about rolling. I never thought of to do this. You got to have some real strength and momentum though. Whoop! How disrespectful. And then got
Flipped
the
him
choke
over.
anyway. Flipped him completely over. You know that guy who got flipped over was like, "Can you do that? Can you?"
It's like, is that legal?
There's no way
He
you
got
can do
flipped
that.
over, picked up, and then set in fucking turtle position.
Yeah.
It's legal for you to sit on your ass and try to full guard, so fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's gonna be a big jump in jiu-jitsu after that. That's one of those videos where I'm sure Henner's already made a breakdown on Gracie Breakdown on YouTube.
He's like, write that down. Write that down.
I can already see the intro now. What's up, Gracie family? Okay, today we have an excellent video we saw of YouTube. Check it out, and then fucking. Okay, so here's what he does. Henner's gonna get on the ground now. Fucking, you've seen the breakdowns. They're very animated. They're good guys. Ian, go ahead. Just go to the next one.
I have to.
If you could. Here we have an unsung hero of a fight. Hey, people in the comments, you let us know who you think the true winner of this fight was. Go ahead.
We have another nature fight where these two bears are going.
Okay, easy. I was gonna say easy now. Haymakers, fam. That's all they can do though is whip hands from left and right. No straight punches from these two. Yeah. This is the girl saying haymakers.
I'm like, you're gonna have to censor some of this.
Look at this. Damn. The true champion was that post, that railing was holding him up. That railing was holding all of 1,500 pounds before it snapped.
It's 800 pounds of fucking sheer terror.
She's talking about the girl on the side talking about all the haymakers. This railing's like, God damn!
Oh god.
There it went. It went out. Stop the fight! Stop the fight! As everybody after the railing gets broken. Stop the fight! All right. Okay. Ian, they say that all handicapped people want to be included. They say that if you exclude them, then you're just in any type of activity. So why would we exclude them from breaking down one of their own fights?
We wouldn't.
Oh, he's got the Muay Thai. He's got the dirty boxing. This guy in the wheelchair hasn't had many fights. This guy who started it has had many fights in his wheelchair.
Facts.
He's 7-0 wheelchair fights. The
Cops right there.
Yo, the police said, "Hey, knock it off." If there's two of them in the car, one of them said, "Should we stop it?" And the other guy said, "What are they gonna do? Roll away?" Knock it off, you two. The one who was getting hit really started figuring out. He goes, "Okay, I grab."
You can also tell he's got a way different condition. His hands are all messed up.
Don't mess with old school. Old school let him know right there.
Yeah.
They both got really nice wheelchairs.
Also, the older guy definitely got paralyzed later in life.
Oh, yeah. You can tell by the way he's still about it. All right. Crazy. The winner is nobody. The winner is the cop who got to sit there and watch until he got bored. Yeah, as always, the winner is us. Guys, don't worry. We have an actual fight for you. There is still an actual street fight that is to break down here. Look at these two. Look at these two real ass dudes.
Look at these two outstanding gentlemen.
So I'll break it down for you guys as it's going on. So we got Blue Jeans here. Go ahead. He's really about it.
He threw the first punch.
He threw the
and
first
then
punch.
Decided to stand there.
And a man in white shirt said, "I can't believe you just did that." Okay, let's do it. Oh, really bad.
A hammer fist standing.
That was a hammer slap. I like how he's trying to do Anderson Silva stuff, like he thinks he's gonna dodge him. Oh, okay. Gonna get him with that Ambach though. Boom!
Surprising.
Just took his legs out.
Like, seriously? That's wild.
I love the first hit when he
What?
goes, "I can't believe he just did that." I swear to God. See,
I mean, if
I could-
this would have gone on longer than 30 seconds, the guy in the white shirt wouldn't have.
the gas.
Yeah.
I can
Like, as
understand.
much as he's moving.
I can understand Blue Jean's confidence because he saw that hammer fist, that hammer slap, and was like, "This guy can't fight. I can at least throw punches. This guy doesn't know how to throw a punch." Also, though, you threw a straight jab. I know it's not going to knock him out, but it didn't really phase him. Maybe just don't fight after that.
It was a cheap shot.
Anderson Silva moves. Good combo. Just throws another hand slap. Again, I would stay in this fight, too. Who would know that I'm about to get spinning elbowed into the fucking fifth dimension? Who would know that's going to happen? And the DraftKings made that guy like minus 1,000 Blue Jeans. He's minus 1,000 favorite. Who would have ever thought?
I just think the guy in the white shirt got lucky as shit.
Yeah. That spin was out of desperation. But hey.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, sometimes that works. Spinning out of desperation and then flinging your arms can get you a knockout. It can happen.
It's worked a couple of times in the UFC.
Worked a bunch of times in the UFC. All right. We'll see the knockout one more time. Bam! It was like
Knocked down.
yeah. Don't take away this man's victories.
I didn't.
He hasn't had a victory since he got approved for eating the most Whoppers at his local Burger King. Don't take this away from him.
To get approved for diabetes treatment.
Once he got approved for that Hellcat. It's you sit on it for a second and then you get it. Guys, this has been such a fun episode. We always have fun around here. We like to have fun around here.
It has been fun.
Make sure you follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/SuperSour Games. Follow Darnell on Twitch, twitch.tv/SnuggyBlinks_, and follow him on his social media with the same name, where you can see his highlights when he doesn't stream. Post them highlights out there. And follow our social media as well, SuperSour JIR, where you can see everything from SuperSour to Throwing Hands all in the same central locations. Like and subscribe, comment, share us out. Help
Click that bell.
Click the bell. Help join and become part of the best growing MMA comedy podcast that there is out there. And as always, boys, it's been a blast. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.
Next time.
We are out of here. Welcome to Throwing Hands.
Oh God, you're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail.
My balls was hot.